and intermittent fasting specifically have gained a lot of popularity in recent years. And rightfully so, because the benefits of fasting go far beyond weight loss, with one of the biggest ones being increased longevity. But with so many variations of fasting out there, it can be a little bit confusing. What breaks a fast? Can you drink coffee during your fasting window? How long do you have to fast to see the benefits? We're going to break it all down in today's video. We're going to talk about 10 different ways you can do fasting and how to know which one is right for you and your goals. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Kate. I'm a certified health and nutrition coach. I post videos twice a week here on YouTube talking all things insulin resistance, weight loss, sleep, and more. So if you're ready to take control of your metabolic health, make sure to click that subscribe button. And you can also find me on TikTok and Instagram, where I share new posts every single day. Today's video is sponsored by Squarespace. For everything from websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform that does it all. Head to squarespace.com/healthcoachkate to start your free trial today. To fast means to abstain from eating, and intermittent fasting means you have a fasting schedule. Now, modern wisdom has drilled into us that we need to be eating all the time for health, a hearty breakfast first thing in the morning, and multiple snacks between meals throughout the day. But the truth is that not eating for periods of time, aka fasting, actually has a lot of benefits, one of the most obvious of which being weight loss, but there are several other mental and physical benefits as well. And before we begin, I want to hear from you. If you currently fast, let me know in the comment section down below what your routine looks like. I'm curious to hear. But anyways, back into it. There are two main ways you can categorize different types of fasts. The first being what you consume during the fast, and the second being duration and frequency. So we're going to start off by talking about 6 ways you can fast based on what you consume during your fasting window. The first is water fasting. This is the most basic and most common type of fasting. During a water fast, the only thing you can consume is water and electrolytes. This type of fasting has been used by thousands of years by different religions. And one of the biggest benefits of this type of fast is the drastic increase in autophagy. So I do have a whole video on autophagy, which I will link above, but I'm just going to give a quick explanation of it for now. Autophagy is a cellular process where the body cleans out damaged cells and regenerates new ones. So basically, any cells in your body that are not functioning properly, when autophagy increases, these cells are recycled. Autophagy comes with benefits such as reducing inflammation and reversing and even preventing certain diseases such as Alzheimer's. Now, autophagy is triggered when there's an increase in glucagon. Glucagon is the hormone that signals our body to release stored energy, and it is the counter hormone to insulin. Now, without getting too technical, what you need to know is that when you don't eat for a period of time, glucagon increases. Basically, there's no food coming in, so glucagon is released to signal your body to release stored energy. And when glucagon is triggered, autophagy ramps up. So if you're looking for healing, to reduce inflammation, if you're looking to prevent or even treat disease, or if you're looking to enhance longevity, then a water fast is going to be for you. But with that being said, some people do include other 0-calorie drinks as well. And there's some debate over which of these break a fast. So I would say if your reason for fasting was you wanted to maximize autophagy, stick to just water and electrolytes. But if you're fasting for weight loss or for overall health, you have a little bit more wiggle room. In which case I would say any 0-calorie drinks are fair game. So black coffee, unsweetened tea, things like that. Stay away from artificial sweeteners though, because those are going to do more harm than good. And that brings us into the next variation of fasting, which is dry fasting. And this is where things get a little bit more intense. So unlike water fasting, where you can obviously drink water, during a dry fast, you don't have anything. You don't have any water, you don't have any food, you don't have any other drinks. Some people will also take this to the extreme and not even touch water during a dry fast. They won't wash their hands, they won't shower, they won't brush their teeth. And it is said that 1 day of dry fasting equals the equivalent benefits of 3 days of water fasting. But here's the thing, there are very few studies done on dry fasting. So there really isn't anything to support this claim, whereas there are thousands of studies that have been done on the benefits of water fasting. So proceed with caution if you're considering a dry fast, but honestly, why not just do a water fast? That would be my recommendation. The next fast we're going to talk about is fat fasting. Fat fasting is where you consume mainly fat during your fasting window, over 80% of your calories. This is typically done as a bit of a reset or to break through a weight loss plateau. The idea is that you're going to get into a deeper state of ketosis by only eating fat and keeping calories under 1200. It's usually only recommended to do a fat fast for no more than 2 to 4 days. So if you've been eating low carb, keto, carnivore for a while, and maybe you've fallen off track, or maybe you've hit a weight loss plateau, then a fat fast could be an option. But honestly, I'm not really a fan of this approach. If you're wanting to do a reset, if you're wanting to get into a deeper state of ketosis, then it's best to just do a water fast. But that's easier said than done for some people. Next up, we have egg fasting. An egg fast is similar to a fat fast in the sense that it's meant to get you into a deeper state of ketosis and help you to break through a plateau. The rules of egg fasting are a bit particular though. You're supposed to eat at least 6 eggs per day, and for each egg you eat, you add 1 ounce of full fat cheese and 1 tablespoon of oil or fat, such as MCT oil or olive oil. You should eat your first egg within 30 minutes of waking up and continue to eat every 3 to 5 hours. This ends up being pretty similar to a fat fast in the sense that it's very high fat, has a little bit of protein, and basically no carbohydrates. And again, I'm honestly not a big fan of egg fasting. I think you're better off just to do a water fast. But some people do swear by these types of fasts, so just know that they are an option. Next up, we have bulletproof fasting. Bulletproof fasting is a variation of intermittent fasting where you have a bulletproof coffee in the morning within your fasting window, and then you don't have your first full meal until around midday. Bulletproof coffee is a coffee-based drink that has fat blended into it. Usually this is butter and MCT oil, but you can also swap these out for coconut oil, ghee, or cacao butter. The idea here is that bulletproof coffee helps you to extend your fasting window. Yes, you're consuming a couple hundred calories in the morning, and technically this is going to be breaking your fast, but because all of the calories are coming from fat, your insulin stays low, and you still reap a lot of the benefits of fasting, including increasing your metabolic flexibility. Now, if you're first getting started with intermittent fasting and the idea of not having your first meal until midday is feeling a bit overwhelming, then I say give bulletproof fasting a try. It allows you to start strengthening your fasting muscle and getting used to not eating first thing in the morning. Okay, so now we're going to get into the second way that you can categorize fasting, and that is by duration and frequency. But before we do that, I'm quickly going to take a moment to tell you about today's sponsor, Squarespace. It is thanks to Squarespace that I am able to provide you guys with as much free content as I do, which is 2 videos here on YouTube every single week, and I also do posts every single day on TikTok and Instagram. And as someone who has been using Squarespace for over 4 years to help with my business, I cannot recommend them enough. So if you're thinking about building a website for your business or even for personal use, Squarespace has got you covered. Their award-winning customizable templates will give your website a polished and professional look, while also being highly customizable. You have complete control over the colors, fonts, sizing, photos, and more. Their templates are beautiful and professional. And one cool feature that's really handy for anyone who works with clients is their scheduling tool. You can utilize multiple calendars, customize payment settings, and set up automatic email and text reminders. If you want to check out Squarespace, you can head to squarespace.com/healthcoachkate to start a free trial. And with this trial, you don't need to enter your credit card details or anything. You can build your entire website. And when you love it and you're ready to launch, make sure to use code 𝘆𝙾𝙄𝙉𝙂 to save 10% off your order. Thank you again to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. So let's start off talking about time-restricted eating. This is a type of intermittent fasting that is meant to be done long-term. You set a time frame for how long you want your fasting window to be each day and how long you want your feeding window to be. The most popular variation of time-restricted eating is 16-8, where you fast for 16 hours a day and eat within an 8-hour window. So for example, if you finish your last meal in the evening at 8 p.m., you don't have your first meal the next day until 12 p.m. During the fasting window, you can either do a water fast or a bulletproof fast. Other popular variations of this are 18-6 and 24, where you fast for 18 hours and then eat all of your calories within a 6-hour window, or you fast for 20 hours and eat all of your calories within a 4-hour window. Generally, this type of fasting is done for weight loss, but it can also help you to increase your energy, increase your mental clarity and your focus, and improve metabolic flexibility. Next up, we have circadian rhythm fasting. This is where you only eat when the sun is up. Usually this is around 12 hours every day, but it depends based on where you live and based on the time of year. Again, this is meant to be done long term. It helps to improve metabolic flexibility. It helps to sync your circadian rhythm, and it can also help with weight loss and overall health. Next up, we have alternate day fasting. This is exactly what it sounds like. You eat one day and you don't eat the next. This means you're going to be fasting for roughly 36 hours multiple times a week. This version of fasting, as you would assume, leads to rapid weight loss, but it's pretty difficult to stick to, especially if you're first starting out. And one thing you have to be careful of if you do start this type of fasting is you need to make sure that you're not binging on your eating days, because if that's happening, you're really taking away from the benefits. The next variation is 5-2 fasting. With this variation of fasting, you eat completely normally 5 days of the week, and then the other 2 days you eat less than 600 calories. This variation is similar to alternate day fasting, but a little bit more manageable as you are still able to eat something on fasting days. But with that being said, a lot of people find that it's easier to abstain rather than to restrict. They're better off not eating anything than only eating a little bit, if that makes sense. This type of fasting is usually used for weight loss and weight management. And finally, we have extended fasting. An extended or prolonged fast is a fast that lasts more than 24 hours. Generally, 24 hours, 36 hours, 48 hours, or 72 hours are the lengths of time people choose. While this type of fasting can lead to weight loss, the main benefits here are related to autophagy. There's evidence to suggest that autophagy really ramps up around 36 hours of fasting, and it peaks at 72 hours. This means that your body will be working in overdrive to recycle damaged cells, leading to healing and longevity benefits. Extended fasting is usually only done periodically. Depending on how long you're fasting, you really only want to do it monthly, maybe even quarterly or bi-yearly, because the main benefits here are autophagy, healing, and longevity. And to maximize these, it doesn't have to be done frequently. Anyways, guys, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section down below what type of fasting you currently do. How long do you fast? What do you consume? I want to hear from you down below. And before you go, make sure to check out Squarespace. I will put the link in the description box down below. If you did enjoy this video, you might also enjoy my video on 3 steps you can take to get into ketosis within 12 hours. You can check that out here. If you want to catch up on my most recent upload, you can find it here. And if you want to check out my coaching programs, including my insulin resistance masterclass and meal plan, you can find those here. Thanks guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.